Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Star Ladder Season 12 America. We are in Phase 2, the 4-team double elimination bracket, and we are starting off with our first best-of-3 matchup between Team Tinker and Team Wheel Wreck while whistling. And we just saw Team Tinker do a very nice comeback strategy where they kind of played it slow, they got their side farm, and they waited for their time to shine, and they shined brightly, and they came back hard from a 14K deficit to take it 14K right back their way. And now we're going to see if Wheel can even things up and take it to a game number 3. But I'm not going alone this time. I'm KotLGuy, of course, but this time I got LD with me in the studio. What's up, buddy?
Howdy. How you doing? I missed the lobby, so I'm trusting your faithful camera work here, buddy.
Jesus.
But it was pretty good in game 1. Yeah, that was an intense game. It looked like Wheel had it in the bag. They had like the super fat troll going down mid, ready to win the game. And then they got, I think it was 4-man wiped, and the game just slowly fell apart from there. So kind of a, more than anything, just a frustrating way to lose the first game. And I wonder if it's going to affect their mentality at all. Going into game 2, clearly they know they're capable of going blow for blow with Tinker and could take the win, but that is a recipe for going on tilt, losing game 1 like that.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can do it here. So, talking about the draft, Team Tinker, they had banned out Vengeful early, maybe thinking that they can go bat themselves, but the bat promptly banned thereafter. They got rid of the Jug, Dazzle, and now Witch Doctor, which is a good counter to the Wisp, which they'd already picked up. And now in conjunction with that Wisp, they also grabbed the Clockwork, could also be a good takeaway from Mike. And from Wheel's side, banning out that bat, they also got rid of the Axe and Koikfa's Storm Spirit, maybe after seeing that last game. But they pick up the Bristleback and Relic's Sniper as their 1-2 punch.
Yeah, so pretty kind of standard opening here from Wheel. Tinker is a little bit more unusual with the Wisp Clockwork duo. And rather than ban out a Tiny, Wheel are going to ban that PL that gave them so many problems in game 1, but it does leave Tiny in the pool. I'm not sure if that's the hero Tinker want, but with the Clockwork, you've got a great setup hero for the relocate ganks. It's definitely a possibility, and that PL has really been rising in popularity lately. A lot of teams picking up. Cloud9 has been kind of, I want to say, resorting to the PL in the sense that like they'll pick the PL for Eternal Envy, and then they take like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to end the game with the hero. It's tough for them to close games out, but it does seem like he is the new carry, flavor of the week, or I guess it's only been about a week he's been getting picked, so flavor of the week.
No, he's very, very good. And if he's going to give Troll a run for his money, then that makes me scared because Troll's been a handful up to this point as it is. So,
speaking of Troll,
ignored.
Great hero for Wheel here. They are a little heavy on physical damage with the Troll pick, but he's just so good. Can end the game early, tanky against the relocate ganks, does pretty well if he has to man-fight a Clockwork after getting hooked. We all know he's great with Sniper, so I think it's definitely still a hero that Wheel could look for with their 4th pick.
I am curious because they already grabbed Bristleback, which is great for the lineup. They got a big, strong frontliner for the Sniper. And if they do decide to go with the Tiny here, which Black did play Tiny at least some points, right, for Vici Gaming?
Yes, he played the Tiny. There were some games where Super played the Tiny. I think the communication issues that were, purported to have happened on the team may have factored into it. There was even a period where Ice was playing it. So all 3 of their cores at one point or another.
But Black has played it. Yes. So they have a Tiny player to go along with their Wisp player, which I believe is Way 2. Or it could be PyLiDi. PyLiDi did also play Wisp a bit for Cloud9, so
that's true.
That is possible.
They do have 2 Wisp players.
But PA seems to be the candidate here. So maybe Wheel were just like ready to go if it was going to be a Tiny, because Bristleback could be good at kiting out Tiny with the help of the goo. It certainly is there. But they grabbed what is something they had been bringing forward. I said this in the draft of the last game. Omni Knights was huge in the NA scene for quite a while, and Wheel was one of the pioneers of that, and of course we saw it a lot in NEL at that period as well, but they're bringing it back, and now they're using it on their side after seeing it PyLiDi on the other, but they immediately respond with Rubik, who's a great person to have on your team if there's a nominee on the other side.
You can't screw up a spell steal. Of course you probably want that Guardian Angel more than anything, especially as the game goes along, but you still repel for PA, great. Now you've got a free BKB. Don't even need to build one, and in fact, we'll see if he opts to kind of delay that and bank on his Rubik. But yeah, it's a really good Rubik game. Wall of Line spells are pretty good to steal. Shrapnel's a great steal. Bristleback is probably the one here you're going to kind of, I don't need you. You're gross and gooey. But yeah, outside of that, the PA, great at jumping Sniper. That's kind of the obvious reason to pick it here for Tinker. That said, though, like who goes in with the PA? Right now it's just the PA Wisp. The Clockwork maybe Hookshot initiates, but I think Wheel can deal with that pretty well. They have Omni Knight who matches up well against PA. The heal pure damage does a lot versus the PA. The repel will be pretty useful potentially if Tinker go for some sort of more magic damage based hero later on in the draft with their 5th pick. And well, GA great against PA as well. Tinker could build a Diffusal Blade on the PA, but I think we'll handle this pretty well. The main concern will just be if they can have good lanes. They are now running an Omni Knight support most likely. I guess there's a slight chance this could be a core, but I'm expecting it to be a support, so lanes may be a bit shaky here.
For Wheel now, it's looking like, unless Mike doesn't play Bristleback and it's a Sleesel core Bristleback, this is probably Sleesel's hero. What do you think about maybe a Slark? Is a Slark crazy as far as a grab here? I'm not sure if it's something Sleesel has in his arsenal to make a go, but something that can make a good run back.
Slark's not too bad. He obviously late game looks great for Wheel already. They've got the Omni Knight Bristle Sniper trio. Even Lion goes well late.
10 seconds
I would say I still think Troll's pretty decent here for Tinker. They're a little bit lackey on initiation though, so maybe they want someone who's like more of that hero that starts the fight. Axe would have been a potential candidate, but he's now banned out. Could be like a strong laning ranged hero. Maybe thinking like maybe a Viper type pick is a possibility. The only thing I worry about with Slark is now you're running 3 melee heroes against a Clockwork.
That's true.
Could have a lot of impact there. They're going to have trouble zoning him out of the off lane as well, even if there's Alliance support there. So I think maybe you lean more towards like that Troll or Viper, some ranged hero that can just take over and dominate the lane. Maybe they even put the Troll mid in like a Sniper safe lane instead as well.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Apparently, they're also swaying it out a bit. I like their ban, of course, on the Magnus. Magnus could have been huge here for Tinker. You're calling out for someone else to kind of take the front lines and initiate. Could have been him, plus the power of Empower onto Phantom Assassin would have been very, very nice. But they also have to consider the fact that they can't have someone that can give too much away to someone like Rubik as well. And it's going to be that Slark.
All right.
So they went with the Slark. They're going to commit to all that melee pressure.
He is good versus Clock and Wisp in the mid game. Like you can't really relocate this guy unless he's done something horribly wrong. And obviously with the Clockwork, you've always got multiple ways to escape the leap, as well as the ultimate. So he'll be good later on. The main thing for Wheel to look at is just can they get through these lanes without giving up too much. It's like an off-lane Clock, and Tinker are gonna go for the Doom. Well,
Doom.
This looks like a one-position Doom. Yeah, it's gonna be. I guess the goal here for Black is get your Eggs, get your Refresher. Because later on, Doom can hard counter Slark and Bristle once he gets the eggs. And, well, obviously the Refresher if they're both farmed. He'll need to lock them both down. But it's been a while, man. Doom has not been the go-to hero as of late.
Black Doom. So farming Doom as well. And if he treats it like he did PL, I mean, he was pretty committed to kind of playing that PvE game, not looking to kind of get involved in too many skirmishes or anything these bad kids are doing nowadays until he kind of can really shine later on. And you get double Doom and Agnums or something, your Bristleback, your Omni Knight, even your Slark, they could be in for a rough time. But then again, the farming Doom could be a bit predictable, and maybe Wheel can look to punish that if they kind of hunt him out.
He's known for being a weaker laning core early on, but the cool thing with the core Doom is you could just, and this is something the Chinese teams do a lot, so I imagine we'll see Tinker at least do it early, is, you know, you go get your creep at level 1, you give the support a quick level 2, let them have the lane experience. At some point, you can just fully transition into the jungle. So it does allow them to be a bit greedier, and they are running 2 very level-dependent supports. So I do like that.
We get to see the Bulba Clockwork, the signature classic, if you will. Can't say Clockwork without at least Bulba being involved in some sort of way, I suppose.
It's his hero. Can you think of a more Bulba-like hero?
I am happy to see him back in the off lane.
There's no actual Bulbasaur in Dota 2, so barring that,
Bulba.
Isn't that like his spirit animal? His Dota visage, as it were?
Bulba, Bristle. Bristle could have been a good one for him.
No.
Mike's going to rep it, though.
I mean, it's got something growing on its back, I guess.
Bulba.
In that sense, it's somewhat similar to a Bulba.
Couple of pause hiccups along the way. No one's been bothering really explaining to me why it is. Extremely tactical from my point of view, if I have to say so myself, but we'll have to wait and give it a go. But we could take this moment. There's probably some newcomers coming by to figure out what the hell's actually happening here. Well, it's a double elimination bracket. Star Ladder. You can see with our transition hype right there. It's a double elimination bracket, 4 teams here. And today we're going to see just kind of wave 1. And we already saw Team Tinker take 1 game away from Wheel. They're looking to move on. But our next matchup will be Complexity and the Void Boys. Void Boys would look pretty hot as of recent with Pat Soul. But, you know, we'll have to see if that hype can continue here against Complexity. But our game is underway. And let's get this party started. I'll lean in with your introductions right off the bat here for Radiant side. It's Wheel, and you got Relic, the Arteezy Slayer. He's going to be playing Sniper in your mid lane. Along the bottom, Sleesel. Really strong farm troll in the last game. Unfortunately, was just not enough to take it home. He's going to be playing your Slark. Also going down this mid lane strutting, it's going to be IX Mike on your Bristleback. Fanasoyon, also known as Goody, who's going to be playing your Lion. And we got Derp Derp, who's going to be playing your Omni Knight. LD, even off my shoulder here, you want to try to give Team Tinker a whirl here on your dire side?
What do we got? The Pig Panda, way 2, I believe, on the Rubik. Black going to be playing your core Doom. Expect him to spend a decent amount of me time in the woods. Koikfa will be on the PA. Probably going mid with him will be KotLGuy, so he will get the nod for the Wisp, and that does leave Bulba, as you mentioned, his go-to hero on the Clockwork in the off lane.
It looks like KotLGuy not buying anything. He wants that rune so he can get that quick bottle. This your Wisp quota right off the bat. You got to get that one checked off the list. I mean, otherwise you're committing for maybe a Souling Trinkles, but you want that bottle. That's the bread and butter of your Wisp. He's got eyes on it here. The only one who can give him some trouble is Sleesel, but with Bulba there, he should be able to secure it. Top lane, though, if there's going to be action, that's where it's going to be happening here. Derp Derp is out in front, and your Omni level 1 should have no trouble, but Panda, yeah, he steps in, throws up telekinesis, but the shrapnels start coming down from the heavens above. 3 of them all day. This is a lot of commitment for your first blood, but they get it. Wheel, grab it. It's Fanasoyon who picks it up on his line as they strut back to lane. The second game straight where Wheel will grab their first blood.
May have been looking to try and throw someone on a cliff, but that was pretty aggressive by Wait 2. It's always dangerous when you go to check the top rune as Dire. The Radiant have like those like second story cliffs basically that you can't see, whereas as the Dire you're always on floor 1, so they can have like 4 heroes waiting up the hill and you have no idea.
So look at this. I don't remember the last time I've seen Mike play in the mid lane, but they have made the audible call to move the Bristle towards the mid, anticipating the dual lane matchup of the PA and the Wisp. What are your thoughts on a Bristle having to take on these two at once?
Well, obviously he's much less likely to die than the Sniper. So normally you'd see Sniper mid, very vulnerable to the POS, so I think it's a really nice laning adjustment. Now, the only question, after the way the game started, he should have a good time in his lane, but the only question will be if their top lane can be punished, but the thing is, it's a Doom safe lane, so he's not really going to be punished most likely. The lanes look really good for Wheel right now, all things considered. They'll struggle to keep Bulba here out of the off lane, but already you can see the pressure coming in. Not a whole lot Rubik can do to help. In fact, Black may go down here.
Body blocks from Derp too, and they just walk by his side to the pleasant valley of Deathville, and they will bring him down. One more hammer, but Derp's like, no, Sniper, you got this one. Just take it, Sniper, please.
He's trying to heal himself. He's got the heal creep, and he's just like stutter step heal, but that Omni Knight already has the Oov, has a point in the slow as well. Didn't even take the heal yet.
Wow.
That double slow is very, very annoying if you're a weaker laning melee hero.
Oof, commitment on the Bulba here. Follow up from the Earth Spike. A good pounce landed from Sleesel. Bulba immediately takes the low road and gets a nice cog.
Got him.
That up. Boom. Got him.
Bought his bottle first.
Very, very nice work there. So yeah, Bulba makes the last minute investment to get the bottle on his way back, and well, it's going to be again Goody who grabs the kill. Already 2-0 on his Lion, and yeah, I imagine that maybe from the start of that top first blood engagement, that's probably when he made the commitment for the degen aura, because they had all that slow plus the shrapnel, and now they're going to look to take advantage of this early power boost they got onto Black, the solo farmer for Tinker in this top lane. But now he's possibly made a call out for some help. Here comes Way 2, looking to come in from the side, but already anticipated as they had the ward nearby, they immediately pull back.
Yeah, the Rubik Wisp not quite on the level of that Skywrath Mage Wisp that we used to see a lot of. This is a rather underwhelming roaming support duo. And it's giving Bristle a lot of meat time in the mid lane. Lanes are looking great here for Wheel. Wheel wreck while whistling.
Real whack while whistling.
Imagine if you had to say their team name every time that you said their name, like in the middle of a fight. That would be painful. But yeah, they're all 3 cores are farming pretty well here. Of course, with the Wisp, there's maybe that chance to catch up in the woods, but not really so much with a PA Doom. Unless the Doom manages to find a Wildkin, they won't have like that comeback mechanic that a Tiny Wisp brings to the table.
So, Bulba, I see you're doing this pull. I'm going to stop you, and I'm going to take some XP and maybe some last hits along the way. And then we're going to pause. Stop! They need a moment, apparently, on the side of Wheel. It seems like both times have needed a moment throughout this game, but they'll make the best of it here. But they're back and underway.
Always a pleasure to have Mike in the game.
Not even just in-game, in lobby, he's also just a sweet treat. I show up, he's like, oh, thanks for joining us, KotLGuy. Like, listen, dude, you don't know what I've been going through, all right? I'm here. I'm ready to cast. You just play your game.
Only thing better than having Mike in the game is having him on Twitter, commenting on the game.
But it's okay, because we get the best of it, because then I get to see him miss hook shots all day in the last game, so... No.
Take that, you wanker.
No, he's been what looks like a recent addition for Wheel, and I gave him lots of props at the start of Game 1. You know, this is a guy who has great experience, LAN, international experience. You know, he's held his own. His clockwork has a huge win rate. But, you know, as far as finding a home where he can really blossom, it's been a bit of a trouble. So he's rooted down here with Wheel for now, and in this mid lane, he's trying to put in the work. It is KotLGuy at the top of the CS, though, 22-5. Slark right behind at 21-2. So an early boost for them, but Mike still gets to find his way. He's going to get level 6 very fast on this Bristle. He's already committed for the bottle. And on the side of KotLGuy, just stout shield, and he's got a wand considering he's going against the Bristle. No surprise there. I wouldn't even be surprised to see KotLGuy maybe consider a wand himself.
It is a free farm PA mid, so in that sense, of course, that's great. You have a hard carry who's doing well, but they picked this PA Wisp to dominate a sniper mid, and they're not getting the sniper mid. I think Wheel have just caught them completely off guard with the lanes. The first blood and then the follow-up kill top certainly didn't help, but now they're in trouble. They're being pressured out of their own safe lane, 2v2.
The creep wave not really with them, otherwise maybe Wheel could have pushed on forward, but now they have to kind of step away with the wave, but that's a full wave for them to kind of work with near their tower and farm up. And like you said, this is supposed to be a sniper who was pressured early on, but this sniper's 18-3, level 3 moving on to level 4, and as long as he has Derp by his side, nothing can go wrong. Bottom lane, though, they tried to make a move on forward with Bulba and KotLGuy, but they couldn't quite get a hold of anyone.
You could just see KotLGuy mentally is like, I can't do anything mid. We're not killing Bristleback. In fact, I may die if we dive him, at least for now. So I'm going to try and gank top. Okay, that didn't work. Maybe I can help bottom. He wants to get something done in the lanes because he knows that just sitting in a lane is not really accomplishing much. And if it were another core with the Wisp, someone who has some AoE to clear camps, then they could just stack the jungle and count on, you know, like a Tiny cleaning up the stacks, or even a Gyrocopter can do that pretty well. But with the PA, unless and until you get a big farming item like a Battle Fury, you're not really doing that. So again, he's just banking on Wheel getting caught out of position, overextending, and he's got to kind of resort to guerrilla warfare instead of being able to just, you know, play your standard Wisp economy game.
And do you think that even, hold on here, as engagement breaks out on the bottom, Bulba KotLGuy trying to make something happen here on the Goody. He's making a run for it, but the battery assault will connect, and the cogs. This will be the end of your line. That 2-0 will not turn to a 3-0. He just gets dropped, and Team Tinker finally get themselves on the board. So KotLGuy happy to finally get something pushed towards that level 6. And maybe at that point it could be a good game changer for him. But top lane, they're going to get a return kill, taking down Black in the top lane. Here comes KotLGuy, dishes out the dagger. Where's my Omni Knight? Not near enough to help. Pops the stick, moves back towards him. And now they can maybe turn the fight. If he can hit him with the heal, that's even better. Boom! Pops down the heel. See you later, KotLGuy. KotLGuy, you're next. Goody, back from the dead, steps in, tries to get off the mana leak, but KotLGuy still able to blink strike out. Will they get a hold of him? Boom, they will. Triple kill for Derp Omni Knight. Unbelievable. 6-1 now. We'll make a big engagement here on the top lane.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall for the Team Tinker team speak right now. Oh my god.
That heal, man, just blew up the Wisp. It looked like from heal to nothing.
Yeah, not the best crit luck for your PA, unfortunately. You could see that KotLGuy was kind of banking on a crit or two, didn't get it, but Relic played it well. He held onto the stick for a long time, baited the PA in, then pops the stick, then runs back towards his Omni Knight. And as soon as that happens, like, you're not getting that kill unless you get a first hit crit before the heal comes out. Like, you have like a, you know, I don't know, like, what is it, a half-second window or something to react and just pray for a crit. So safe play would have been to back off, but he's already committed a TP, tries to force the issue, and that kind of feels like the story of the game for Tinker, trying to force things a little bit too much. The top rune earlier for way too, now the fight and top from the PA, they've just been under the gun after the lanes didn't start off great, and unfortunately, the more they force it, they may fall further and further behind.
Wheel, though, also had a huge advantage in the previous game. It's probably one of the most farmed early game trolls I'd ever seen. But they couldn't quite put a lid on it, but we'll see if they can do it here. Oh, big crit, but it's on the back of Mike, and he's just going to shrug that one off. And
this bristleback mid has just ruined them.
I don't know. I mean...
And he hasn't even farmed his Ancients yet. They got to find a way to gank him, ward those, and ideally stop him, or suddenly Bristle's going to have his next big item. You know,
the look at that.
Or the Vanguard, perhaps, the treads and into drums. We'll see what Mike's build is, but yeah, he's getting a lot.
That's what I like to see out of like other teams when they go against these bristles who, even if they're offlane bristles, you get that early ward, that early scout onto the ancient camp to prevent him from getting that early easy farm. Black goes down again in the top lane to Relic. I guess at this point he just has so much of a huge power curve on his side that he just gets a hold and takes control.
Looks like bottom they may want to swing around here, but there's no easy kills really, and they've got a sense for this.
Oh, hook shot right into an earth spike and in a finger. Oh, I immediately regret my decision. And they turn on the way two here. They will lose two. Look at this. Goody even looks to turn the corner, and yeah, you're not going anywhere. Sleesel with a double kill on your Slark. Top lane, more engagement breaks out. Black back from the dead, and his first doom of the game.
I don't even think they
gotta
get
go on to derp, and they can't get him. He's gonna walk away. And look at this, Goody's back, and so is Relic. They could get Black again. Oh, the headshots start proccing, and the shrapnel. Goody gets the earth spike and gets the kill right there. Almost catches there with Relic and the assassinate, but it's a job well done nonetheless. 11-1 Wheel.
They are so screwed. They have no pushing power at all, so they can't rely on split pushing taking towers. They have no ability to turbo farm. Like, there's no Shadow Fiend, there's no Gyro, there's no Tiny. Nobody who can clear stacks. They're losing, at this point, it's very fair to say, all their lanes. They can't really sneak Roche that easily. Maybe PA Wisp with the Doom, but basically, Dakota, they have to gigantically outplay and kind of catch Wheel off guard. There are no easy ways to win this game from here for Tinker, and this is just brutal. You look at game one; they were lucky to come back in that. This could very easily have been a 2-0 stomp. But at the rate this game is going, it looks like it probably goes Wheel's way. And I suppose then again, maybe Tinker makes a great comeback. They do have the Wisp. They have the clock. They need to get that Wisp level 6 and then try and find some relocates. Maybe punish this Wheel aggression. But as things stand, they are just getting worked.
Yeah, Mike's going to go right for what looks like an early Sage, possibly into an SMY. And this early peaking Bristle is very, very scary. Relic nursing up the gold right now. 2,300 invested. Maybe going straight forward. The Morbid Mask, Mask of Madness kind of get up.
Looks like there's a jump in on the Bristle. He was trying to clear out his stacks, and Bulba able to spot him out. Steals the one Golem, but he still got the majority of the stacks. I think the Bristle also bought his Sange. Didn't get the recipe, but still basically has the Sange. So still in pretty good shape here. If they make that rotation a minute earlier, they may kill him and take more of the creeps. But as it stands, it's a nice kill for Tinker. They need a lot more of that.
Yeah, because all the meanwhile, Sleesel has been farming away bottom. It looks like he's going to go right for a Shadow Blade, not stopping off with the Midas along the way. Maybe anticipating they can close this one out sooner than later with the momentum they've already built up. He just wants to start going on a support killing spree, it looks like, from here, if he can get it. Well, Way2's trying to get his level 6 on the other side. Here's Bulba back.
Yeah,
no hook shot.
They can't kill him. So unless he does something really dumb. That's always the qualifier. Because every time you say, oh, he's fine, then like something clowny's going to happen and Carol's going to die.
Here comes Goody. And with the advancement, he's actually got a good amount of gold here saved up from those early kills. Now 3-1 on your Lion.
Oh, if he gets a fast blink, that would be really big for this draft.
Oh, yeah.
It's always nice when Lion gets a blink, but you look at their draft, their one weakness is they really don't have that like big initiator. They don't have a Clockwork, a Centaur, an Axe, a Magnus, but if Lion gets the blink, he can be the man.
Omni Knight as well got good levels. He's actually almost level 7, so Guardian Angel already online and ready to go. And he went with 2 points in the Degen Aura. Not putting a lot into regen here early on, maybe feeling like it's not too necessary quite yet. But at least for now, it looks like he could be possibly going for a Eul's. Unless it's an early component of an Agnum Scepter.
Could even be like a Force Staff maybe. But
that's true. Force against the Clockwork is definitely necessary, and if Lion's going to blink, someone needs to get it, so I think a Force is actually a better option.
The 2 points in the Aura, though, just to go back to that since you point out, I think it's worth talking about, is this is purely your lane-dominating Omni Knight. Like, if they're running, like, say, a Viper in the safe lane or some very strong laner, you don't see this. You see early points to repel and just playing very defensively bottom lane, though. We're going to have a relocate, and to start it off, gets off the impale. Doesn't have enough for the kill just yet. They will steal the Hex, trying to dive here.
They got him. Yep.
No rotation.
Balls fly out. Quakefa moves forward, gets the kill, and as you said, no rotation. So it's a quick hit and run job, and Wisp is able to take Quakefa right back to the jungle where he can continue farming there. Mask of Madness, your pickup for your PA right now. She looks to continue using it.
Maybe they
do
try
forward.
and just walk into the Roche pit here. We'll see. With the Wisp PA and the evasion, the crit, Mask of Madness, you can do Roche pretty quickly. So I think it's something Tinker definitely have their eyes on. Also allows the PA to jungle. But is pretty damn risky against the line. You pop your Mask of Madness before you BKP. Finger is gonna just ruin you.
Relic trying to hide in the corner, gets scouted with a rocket, but he's able to pop out from the cogs, gets doomed up, and help is on the way, but it might be too late. Oh, he gets healed up, but he's still in trouble. Repel is there. Bulba, determined, gets fingered in the back, goes down. Will we need to deny? Oh, they don't deny him. Sniper goes down. Will they get the doom in exchange, though? Sleesel does not pursue. Pulls back as he's pretty low on life, and it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade. Still advantage for Wheel that they lose their sniper, though.
Yeah, kill trades in general are going to be good for Tinker this game, but that case, 2-for-1, and ends up being a slight gold advantage for Wheel, it looks like. But in general, if you're trading 1-for-1 here in your Tinker, you're pretty happy with that. So they did get the Doom Midas, and if they somehow manage to hang on Dakota, take this ultra late game, or even pretty late, you are running a Doom, potentially Ag's Refresher versus Bristle, who he hard counters, Omni Knight, who he's great against, and the Slark that he completely shuts down once you get the Ag. So, as mentioned, early Roche, a likely possibility for Tinker with the Mask of Madness. They're going to go for it. There's no great vision heroes in Wheel. They don't have a Clockwork. They don't have Avenge. Nobody to really scout out the pit.
No
and
illusions.
They also don't have wards, so this should be a freebie.
Yeah, this is the vision right now we're seeing from Wheel. There is a lane ward nearby, but obviously not providing a whole lot of extra vision, while Team Tinker, they can see a couple are on bottom engaging here. Cecil is able to get that quick kill onto the Rubik, but more space created, if you will, as they're trying to divert the attention, because Roche is getting done, and it looks like Wheel are just not going to be of the wiser. And it looks like Black got his Midas together, got a point booster, and considering his 1-4, still hanging on there with a bit of farm. So not doing too
almost
shabby.
has the level 2 ulti. Wants the last creep or two to get it.
Yeah.
And he may look for a kill here.
Derp is nearby, but checking back on Roche, it's very low, but so is KotLGuy here, committing a lot of his own overcharge life to just make sure they can get it secured, and they will. Gets
and
grabbed
comes
up.
the Slark, though.
Hey, what's going on here? Oh, hey, a little free ball right there. Boom. Pops the balloon with one quick pounce. Possible pressure on mid lane now.
Top lane, looks like maybe jump on the Omni Knight. Yeah, Doom on to Derp.
And he's going to slowly chase him down. Will help come. He's got a Force Staff here, but is it enough to bring him down, though?
Phantom was chasing. Looks like he wanted to deny him, even though he's going to be fine.
Like, no, please,
leave me alone.
Please.
Mercy,
I'm
please.
strength-based. I got the life. Oh, do they have the stun? Blind Impale! Oh!
Just off the part.
Just
So,
there.
when the dust settles, it's a Doom used as well as a Wisp down for a Roche. I think that's about even. Slight lead for Tinker overall, but they also lose their tier 1 mid. And that's pretty important to give that tower up. Gives a lot of access into the woods for the Shadowblade Slark, and as far as tower taking potential goes, as mentioned, Tinker, that is not where they excel.
I feel like they're giving way to a lot of farm here. I mean, at first it seemed like, oh, they just want to get the spell steal, but I think they wanted him to get like a mobility item. Oh, but there's the jump in. They commit onto Sleesel here. Double rotation at the same moment as he wants to make a return play. Big pack, big pounce. And now comes KotLGuy in from behind, but Quakefa might be down for the count. Oh, long blink strike catches on the KotLGuy. Now they're going on to way 2, and he gets blown up. So
they were banking on the crits there.
Yeah.
They did not get the necessary crits. They don't get the kill in Slizel, and now action top.
Yeah, they jump in. It's Goody going toe-to-toe with Bulba. Is able to get that off. Battery Salt, though, and he's not going to use a finger. Relic, TPing away. Out of there. Barely makes it out alive. They will sacrifice their Lion support in exchange, so that does help tip the scales slightly back towards Tim Tinker, but it's still Wheel's game right now.
Most of these trades have not been great for Tinker. It's like a support for a support or a support for carry, but they give up a tower for it. They've lost 2 towers already. That makes it harder for your supports to get out on the map. And you really want, when you're playing with the Wisp, to have good aggressive wards. see where their supports are. Lion's a really easy kill. The Omni's pretty easy if you doom him, but if you don't have good vision in their jungle or, you know, behind their towers, you're not going to know when you can make those plays. So still looking good for Wheel. I would like to see them try to get a little more organized here, try and group up more. They are playing very spread out, and spread out Dota is a Wisp's wet dream. It makes it a lot easier for them.
Sane Jasha Gaming right now for Wheel as both Relic picks it up on his sniper as well as Mike on the Bristle.
Well, there looks like there's a chase over towards the Rubik. Able to TP out.
Last second, Sleesel thought he got a quick pick there. You can already see that aggressive ward going to work for him, as now he'll head towards the top lane to farm it on up. A narrow escape right there for your lingering support.
You know, the other reason they need towers is just gold. Look how poor these supports on the Radiant are. Combined 3,200, or no, sorry, 4,200 net worth. That is just brutal. Yeah, they're not even together worth as much as the Lion.
He's got the benefit of the move speed in a bottle, but okay, it looks like Way 2 did go for the arcanes here, and obviously with that near support takedown, he knows that they have the vision. Quickly does a good deep ward right there, so Wheel are going to be losing that extra bit of intel. But Sleesel, Shadowblade, Orb, he wants more blood, and he's on the prowl. Pylai nearby, but conveniently stepped on out.
You do get the Doomags, really nice against the Slark, as well as the Bristleback. Disables both of those key passives, so now anyone they see with the relocate, if they have the Doom and he gets off his ult, they can kill that hero. The one issue is going to be the cast point. It's got a longer kind of wind up before the Doom goes off and gives your Slark a little extra time to pop his ulti, your Bristle just to get reinforcements from the team. Here they go, though, hunting for Tinker.
They want vision of, they see the Doom, now they want to go.
How you doing, Black?
They don't have initiation, they got to run in there. With a Force Staff. They get him sheep, they get him fingered, they get the pounce. They get him dead.
Wisp is off in the secret shop, too far away for the relocate, and not a whole lot they can do. They're pretty damn weak at tower defense, especially without the Doom. It's like, who do you go on here? Maybe the Doom. No, he doesn't have buyback. This is going to be a fairly tough hold. The one hero missing, though, is the Omni Knight. He's a big part of Wheel's fight. Not sure what he's doing. Needs to get out towards mid.
Yeah. That Force Staff's not going to force him across the map, unfortunately, and they will not get the tier 2. So they had pressure there, but not the objective follow-up they want. Oh!
First hit bash.
Damn! That is a connect bash, a connect crit, and
going
Lion
for more.
goes
They
down.
get the hook.
They get the hook on the mic. Catch him on the high ground. He's a big boy to break, but looks like they can do it with all this help. And Bristleback goes down. Derp a little late to show up with the heal. And it's a quick 2-man turnaround there for Team Tinker after only losing their Doom. It's the fight back, and it could be potentially the beginning of a deja vu from game number 1.
It's very risky to retreat as individuals versus a Wisp, and we see it there again. Lion goes off on his own towards mid. The Bristle wants to go farm the Ancients. I think one of the Slark even ran up towards the north for a bit. If you don't retreat as a pack, then they will cleave you from the herd one by one. Gotta be careful.
So where does Black take it from here on his Doom to kind of take it to the next level? Does he continue down this utility path?
I think you may have to go BKB, like Blink BKB and then into Refresher is probably your build. Maybe Shiva's as well. The days of Doom going like straight Blink Ags seems to be kind of over, just because the cast animation's a lot worse. It's not a reliable initiation anymore the way it used to be, and very vulnerable to that Finger Hex Assassinate general Slark nuke damage combo. So I think BKB is the safe item. Maybe gets the Blink first.
Ooh, hook onto Derp. Not going to fall through with cogs or anything. Just pops his blade mail and walks away. Just kind of letting him know, hey, I know you're there. No big deal. Relic also holding a good pretty penny here. 2,500 gold. And it looks like he's going for the Mjolnir build. Got Maelstrom first.
A little bit of a glass cannon build here for Relic.
I guess he's baking on Derp and Guardian Angel and the frontliners to kind of draw the attention so that he can get away with this kind of a build. But it is risky. Because if they make that committed relocate or PA blink onto him, slash, he's dead.
It just takes it takes like the Omni Knight getting doomed, and then he just gets jumped and he's dead, or just that quick bash before Omni can even cast the spell, and down he goes. They do have the Force Staff now. This will be very big for Wheels. They're gonna make their go onto the Doom in the jungle, catch him out, take that mana.
There it is, and he goes down. Good catch of farm, and also they'll get Way 2, and they do. Good follow through from Sleesel to catch the backliner, Koikfa. No one's safe out from home, and not even in home it's going to be safe. They dive on forward, and it's going to force out 2 buybacks. to get Wheel back out from the base. And now
Black Butt back, yeah, trying to do something here. Mid, he gets up the Doom on Derp, but can they even bring this Omni down? They've ignored the Bristle boss. He's going to work in the front lines, and Slizel just gonna skate away.
They take down Bat. They take down Black. Oh, no, not good. They move forward. Big catch, double stun on the return from Goody. And that's another dieback as well. 5-man wipe.
That's 7 deaths, I believe.
7 deaths all day for the exchange of just one Omni Knight. Your fight recap shows it right there. Holy moly. That's a 5,700 gold swing for Team Wheel.
Their 5-man is just so much better than Tinker's. Like, these heroes for Tinker are just very weak in these 5-on-5 engagements. And the story of this game does feel like Tinker just playing sloppy, getting picked off one by one, not respecting the Wheel initiation. Maybe underestimating their opponents here, Dakota, but they could end up paying for it.
Tickling the idea of pressuring this high ground a little bit.
I think they hardly can fight now. It comes down to really good catch. Doom is Doom available? I don't even think he got it off.
Oh no, he's hoping for bash and crit here for Sleesel. But he's able to... Oh! Caught from Bulba. Force for the save. There's the Hex. They still want to commit and get something, and it looks like it's going to be Goody. And they do take him down. The Lion gets dropped. Scout out Rocket, not catching anyone on the right-hand side. And Derp is going to quickly throw down some wards here to scout out the Roche area.
Still, these supports, they have like 5,000 net worth between the two of them. And if you're running an underfarmed Wisp against a hero like Slark, he is... And a Sniper, he's just going to feed.
Free two-shot right there.
Yeah, it looked like he messed up the relocate mid. Was trying to, I forget who it was, but someone mid was dropping and he tried to relocate him out, but moved just like a few inches to the side. It might have been trying to save the Doom even, but Doom died before he could. Either way, then he was just kind of sitting around. You saw the Bristleback chase him down afterwards, and they get this last outer tower. Their wards are fantastic. Tinker at this point very reliant on mistakes from Wheel. I feel they no longer control their own destiny.
Team Tinker, though, determined they want to get their jungle back here. Press back this top lane before a tier 2 could be taken down. But you could see the aggressive ward still here for Will.
They're like just chilling in the pit, waiting for the sneak, and guess who's coming to spot him out?
Hey, guys. Oh, what? Oh, quick self-heal and repel. I got to get the hell out of here. He's trying to make a run towards his ally here. He's the Sniper.
Didn't get it off.
Not going to happen. Maybe a Guardian Angel would have been long enough to help the Sniper, maybe shoot down one of the two, but at the same moment, top lane, they get a hold of Sleesel on the back of Bulba making the initiation play, and it's 2 all day. And a pretty big boost back their way. Nearly 2K swung back in the favor of Team Tinker there. A little bit of maybe getting too comfortable there from the side of Wheel.
Yeah, this is not the patch to be going off on your own and getting picked off. And I imagine that's like a 3-4K gold swing or so. Especially when you factor in the couple of extra creep waves they get, the fact that Slark is not farming, and what do you know? The big bad boy's up again.
Yeah, and with Cecil down, it feels a bit more comfortable, but you can already see they have an idea. Oh, Pilot dies like crap. Uh-oh. Do I stay and risk being picked off quickly, or do we commit for this one? And Quakefa's like, we're in it. But Mike is there. This is getting a bit sketchy. Bulba, trying to be the gatekeeper for the Roche, could jump in to catch out Mike.
Oh, he's
going for the others. Oh, moves in, gets the cogs off. Telekinesis lifts up Goody, who's going to get repelled. And now Pilot Eye gets annihilated with the finger. Goody goes down in exchange. Nice 2-man spike does come out before he goes down. And there's the heal bomb, wiping out 2 more. Black, one of the lone survivors. Guardian Angel from the high ground from Derp will keep him trucking. And 4 go down all day. Wave 2, can he make it out? That's the 5th. A triple kill for Mike. And now Wheel will segue into the Roche pit and finish what Tinker had started. Another big fight for Wheel.
Such good play there by Fan of Soyon. Gets off the 2-hero impale, manages to finger the Wisp, was like about to die that entire time. He got pushed out of the cogs into the middle of the enemy team, and then it's like, well, I know I'm going to die, but need to make plays, and boy, did he ever. You could see Mike was even thinking about backing off, and as soon as that 2-hero impale comes out and the Wisp dies, he just goes in.
Yeah.
Goes in hard, and this is looking very bleak for Team Tinker. Feels like Wheel just completely outlaned them, outplayed them every step of the way. They have made some mistakes here in the mid game, but this should be at least a range Rex. Even if they don't claim a full lane now, their ability to do so is still very strong moving forward.
Maybe put down a ward on the way out. But, oh, they catch Mike. Mobile doesn't want him. He wanted to bounce back, but yeah, he gets forced forward. Not going to get the bounce back and remove his mana. Hook shot, relocate.
Well.
They move in from the front, but Sleesel's there. He's just going to try to get Pie-Light Eye. Misses the pounce, but gets the right clicks. Should go down. They don't get black for this. They'll lose black instead. Oh, man. Disaster. Not happening.
Not done yet.
As they move on forward, they see Derp. He gets the steal. It's just Repel. Derp with no mana, but enough to get a Repel off. Still gets bashed. Gets brought down. But Sleesel, creeping in from behind, sees a tasty treat in a Rubik. Takes down Wave 2. Bulba gets the cogs off. And he's heading
That
to
might
the
be a
high
little
ground.
too deep, Sleesel. Is he going for it? Nah.
He's thinking about it. All right, he'll be fine, but still.
I mean, it's 322, so you know if you're ever gonna pay your respects, I guess now's the time.
Oh man, but Wheel looking like they're ready to try to close this game out, make it a 1-for-1, and go to a game 3.
They're in deep now. The Bristleback just diving the base.
Oh, wow, he's in it. Quakefoot pops his BKB. Double bounce from the cogs. Mike's in trouble. Forced out to safety. Sleesel moves in. Looks to go for the cleanup, but the Quills pop out. Sleesel gets another, and now Pie-Light Eye will go down. Double kill for Sleesel. Another 3 go down. Black back, but it's too late. His team is already dead, and the racks have gone down.
It's time to call it. We're going to a game 3.
Unbelievable, and there it is. Black makes the call. Wheel fight back. We question if they're going to be able to shake off game number 1, and I think that proves it. They've done it. We're going to a game 3.
You could argue this series should be over 2-0 right now. If Wheel played that, like their A game in game 1,
yeah,
I don't think this goes 3 games. So I would say if you're Tinker, you're very nervous. I really feel though there were some very sloppy individual mistakes this game from Tinker, but I feel more than anything the lanes for Wheel really caught them off guard. Again, they picked the PA expecting to get this, you know, Wisp PA versus Sniper mid, which is very favorable for the Wisp PA. Didn't happen. Wheel outsmarted them through IX Mike mid on the Bristle. He got not total free farm, but he got his levels. He didn't die. He later cleared up his own Ancients, which he stacked for himself. They dominated the safe lane Doom. It felt like Tinker were drafting to counter Wheel late, but they had no way to win the lanes early. Like, Doom, obviously, late game, can completely crush Slark, Bristleback, Omni Knight, all of these heroes. Later on, they had great global gank, but they just didn't have enough good enough game plan to get through the laning stage. And, well, on top of that, the first blood for Pie-Light Die was pretty sloppy top lane. We saw multiple times Black getting caught off on his own. Just, Wheel felt much more like a team, and Tinker seemed like 2 individuals this game.
Well, we'll have to see what happens for game number 3. Remember, the loser will not be going home. They go down to the lower bracket, or the loser's bracket, whatever you want to call it. So we'll have to see who's going to have the safer path going through the winners here. And next up, Wheel take on Team Tinker. It's certainly not feeling like an 80-20 odds favorite. We'll find out who moves on. Coming up next, I'm KotLGuy. That's LD.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning! Solid as a rock! Cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace! Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!